All right, here we go. Sugar free.
What's happening, man?
Welcome back to VladTV.
Nice to be here.
Yeah, man. Been a long time fan. You know, we did interview last time, but we weren't face to face last time. So this time, I'm really looking forward to it.
Right on. I get to look at the man behind the magic.
That's right.
Right on, man.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
Pomona legend is in the building right now.
I just do what I could do when I could do it.
So, you know, we did an interview some years back, but I kind of want to go over the whole story again.
Okay.
So, where were you actually born originally?
Gardena, California.
Gardena. Okay. But then you moved to Pomona?
Oakland.
Oakland?
Yeah.
Aha. How old were you when you moved to Oakland?
It's making sense.
Yeah.
It's making sense, ain't it?
The epicenter of pimping. The Mac.
See.
That's where I'm from, actually. I grew up in Oakland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love Oakland, man.
Yeah.
Still got a lot of my friends that still there, all that. Yeah, but Oakland right after that.
Okay. You were how old in Oakland?
From a baby till like 5 or 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then?
Divorce.
Okay. Your parents got divorced?
Uh-huh.
And then what happened to you?
Compton.
Went to Compton then?
Yeah.
Aha. So you were hopping around quite a bit as a kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just, a little skip.
Okay. So 6 years old, you went to Compton.
Right.
How long did you stay there?
Till I was 11.
Okay.
11, yeah.
And then what happened at 11?
I got ran over by a car.
Whoa. Okay.
And a week later, my sister got run over by a car.
Okay.
And then we ended up in Pomona, where the way people lived out there compared to leaving Compton at that time was different.
What was different about it?
There's a lot of orange trees, no sidewalks in some places. People kept their garages open like all day.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of fruit trees, and people just cool. You know, I couldn't get K-Day no more. Right. KGFJ. We got KJLH, kind of cool. But yeah, for the most part, I missed the radio stations. But I would always go back on the weekends and record on cassette what K-Day was playing, and KGFJ and KACE and all that.
Yeah, I mean, for those that don't know, K-Day was one of the original hip hop stations on the West Coast.
Russ Parr and them, man.
Yeah, I mean,
yes, sir.
They're the ones who broke Eazy-E, NWA, like a lot of the music that the family tree that you see right now on the West Coast. A lot of that came from K-Day.
And they still here.
And they still here.
That's a blessing to us, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Now, I mean, as a kid, were you getting into a lot of trouble or not really? Around, when you first moved to Pomona?
You know what? I got to say, yeah, I got into some trouble.
Okay. Well, I guess you were affiliated with the 357 Crips?
Uh-huh.
That was in Pomona?
Yeah.
Okay. How old were you when you first got involved in that?
Around 12.
Okay. So, I mean, you go from Compton, which is like gang central.
Yeah.
Then you moved to Pomona.
Uh-huh. You
actually started banging in Pomona. What made you join at that point?
I kind of slipped into it. The first people I met was my homeboy, Bubba Brown. And then there was Dillinger and Lil Termite. And Dillinger and Termite was about that life. And, I just thought I had some cool friends, some cool new friends. And I liked them, and they liked me. And that's how that.
Okay. And what was happening during that early days?
Well, we basically, had a lot of fun. And I just felt like I was with, you know, between these three cats, I felt like I was just right at home, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I guess you had a bunch of, you know, misdemeanors and some felonies around that time? Or that came later?
It started around the 4th grade, you know.
4th grade, pretty early.
Yeah.
4th grade, you're talking about, what, 14 years old? I mean,
yeah.
Wait, no, hold on. 4th
11,
grade,
12.
you're talking about, 11, 12 years old. Yeah. Okay. And what were you getting arrested for during that time?
Oh, just little petty stuff.
Little petty shit.
The kids do.
Were you going to youth authority during that time?
I've been a YA.
Okay. I mean, when you first hit that, did it shake you up at all, or were you like, no big deal?
Hell yeah, I was shook up. A YA, that's gladiator school. That's
right.
You're gonna fight over the smallest shit.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and you know, youth authority is just basically getting you ready for prison, really. It's just junior prison.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard horror stories, how the guards would make the kids fight, make bets on it, and, you know, like that type of thing. All that. You're getting locked up here and there, you're coming out. At what point did the pimping actually start happening?
It was always there.
Okay.
It was always there. But it took up until I lost my son that I really knew that this is what I was going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew before, but that kind of made it official.
I mean, how old were you when you first, you know, when you look back at
17.
At 17, that's when you first
I went to YA.
Okay.
With a taste of it, I got out and just started running it.
Okay. And you turned out your first girl at 17?
Somewhere around there.
Okay. Can you describe that process at all?
Why?
Hey man, I think pimping is one of those things that, as an outsider, you look at it, you know. And I've read a lot. I remember when Pimps Up, Hoes Down first came out, like, you know, my head was blown. And I remember I read every book, from The Sweet Science of Sin to you know, Don Magic Juan's book to, you know, all the Donald Goines book and stuff like that, because it's really hard to comprehend how a woman would go have sex with a man, take that money and bring it back to another man, and then repeat the cycle over and over again. But that's pimping for you.
Yeah, it's deeper than that.
Explain.
You just did.
Okay.
Basically, you know. Yeah.
Once you got a taste of that, was that something that you knew you were going to run with, or was it just like a side hustle that you never thought?
It was something I knew I was going to run with.
Okay.
I just knew it. Yeah.
And what was it about pimping that really made you think that way?
The ability to look far and beyond what your normal man may see it. Just instantly, like, you know, that's why they call them squares, you know. Wow. And, you know, you can look at them and tell them what you're doing and they still won't hear you. No one. Like, wow.
Was there like an older pimp that kind of took you under his wing and started showing you the way?
Yeah, my uncle.
Your uncle? Oh, so he was a pimp?
Yes.
Okay. How big was the stable?
Man. You know, he kept a handful of good broads, man, and they all resembled each other. It was a trip.
Really?
Yeah. You know, they would be short like him, and you know, I just remember, you know, my aunties and them doing his hair all the time.
Oh, he had a perm?
Well, no, he just needed grease and water in his hair.
Okay.
You know? He was a Creole dude.
Okay.
And you know, some of their hair was just straight, you know. But yeah, and he used to just be fun to watch, you know, during the day. And the special part about this is that he couldn't read or write good. You know, he spent a lot of time out of school because he was sick. And he made up for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is this your father's
Mother's.
brother or your mother's brother?
Yeah.
Okay. So you basically went up to him and said, listen.
No.
No? How did it work?
You know, I was the first grandson, so, you know, they would, you know, have a ball, you know, talking to me like I understood them. And and as a kid, you at some point you wonder, you know, why they talking to me like this? And then you get a little older, and they still do it. And the other little cousins, they ain't really, and you realize that they don't talk to none of them like this. So you feel a little special, I guess.
Okay.
I asked my uncle if he had any money one day, and he said, yeah, and cents with it. And everybody around him started laughing. And then he just asked me, he said, man, any of them little girls at your school say they like you and they'll do anything for you? I said, yeah, all the time. And he said some of them wasn't playing.
Right, because most, especially young men, they're just looking to have sex with women.
Exactly.
That's the only thing on their mind. They will throw everything away in order to have, you know, to have sex with somebody.
Right.
But a pimp thinks completely differently.
Right.
A pimp doesn't think about sex.
No.
At all, no matter how attractive that woman is.
No.
So that was how you were being groomed at that point in terms of the way you're thinking?
Uh-huh.
Okay. But, you know, people are still sexual. I mean,
Right.
Were you having sex at an early age?
I think I was 15.
15? Okay.
Uh-huh.
So how do you separate that? You got a girl who's attractive that you're sexually attracted to, but if you have sex with her, then the whole whole thing breaks down, right?
Yeah, in a major way, yeah.
Right. So you have to basically have
No matter what it looks like, yes.
You have to have self-control.
Yeah.
So how do you do that at an early age when your hormones are raging and everything else like that?
Number one, you got to have, you know, that certain bone in your body that tells you it's okay to step outside this box. You know, I mean, it has to work because you're born with that. This ain't something you can create. You got to be born like that.
Right. You said that pimps are born, they're not made.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember how much that first girl brought back to you?
Man. Yeah.
Can you say or no?
It's up there.
Okay.
I mean, you know.
Okay. So you started making money as a teenager?
Yeah.
Okay.
And got locked up.
For pimping?
And came back.
How old did you get locked up? So how old were you when you got locked up for pimping?
Oh man, I was going back and forth juvenile hall, like, you know, since like early teens. But when the YA stuff kicked in, I was 17.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, getting a pimping charge is a little bit different than like robbery or, you know.
Well, now, yeah, I never had one of them.
Okay. Okay.
Pimps don't go to jail for pimping; they go for mispimping.
Okay. What happened when your mom found out that her brother was helping her son to become a pimp?
It was the thing, you know. It was the thing. You know, in the 70s, it was the thing to. The pimp was the thing. He was the man. You know. You know. Come on, man. You know. San Pablo, MacArthur, and Broadway used to look like a fashion show.
Right. Yeah.
Back in the day.
Those are the host roles.
Vlad,
in
come
Oakland,
on, man,
yeah.
talk to me, right? So, I grew up right there, man, North Oakland, between Market and Martin Grove, right? I think it's Martin Luther King now in Market. On Eileen, right there down the street from the Old Tech High School. And as a kid, the Pimp was the hero.
Right.
Yeah.
He had the best cars.
Yeah, man.
The best clothes.
Yeah, he talked
the most
good.
women. Best
Shiny
jewelry.
hair. Yeah.
Best hair.
Yeah, you hate for him to leave the room. Yeah.
Okay. So now you're starting to build up.
Yeah.
How big did your stable get? I think Don Magic Wand said one is so close to none.
Yeah. I always kept at least 6. There have been times where I tried to get, a little more out of hand with it, but I like to stick with the 5 or 6.
Okay. And do they all live in the same house as you?
It depends on if they got along with each other or not.
Right, because fights start to break out. Okay. And you had a bottom girl?
Yeah.
And she kind of managed the other girls in a way, or?
Yeah.
What was the worst thing that happened in terms of girls not getting along?
Just fights.
Did the fights ever get bad?
And lost some money and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's about it.
Did the fights ever get bad, like shooting, stabbings, that type of thing? Okay, you kept that under control.
Yeah, no, it's done by choice, not by force.
Okay.
They might bump chests, break a nail in the process.
When I talked to, I read Don Magic Wand's book. Right. And he talked about, a good amount of violence throughout his pimping career.
Okay.
And I asked him about that, and he didn't deny it. He said, well.
Yeah.
Fighting is like a criteria. It's like the jewelry, the clothes, and all that. The cars is a criteria. It do happen. It's part of the game. You know what I mean? Because you got to establish a certain thing. You got to establish some fear in that female in order to get that respect. You must establish that. And she's gonna try you to see if you qualified to get that respect from her. So it's gonna bring some fear. And what I'm saying is violence. You know what I mean? And it's something that don't have to take place, but it do take place because you're establishing something here that I am the one that you listen to and believe in, and nobody else. And like I said, when I had to fight the girl, it wasn't for money. You know what I mean? Maybe you left the stroll and I told you not to. You know what I mean? When you violate certain things, you have to check them. If you do it, verbally, okay. But in the pimp game, it don't necessarily work like that. You have to really put your feet down.
Right, exactly.
Was there any violence in terms of when you were pimping?
Sometimes it required, a little movement. But for the most part, man, it was cool. You got some women, that would purposely, fuck up and just to see if you would do something.
Right.
And but you look at the game nowadays and look at what it was in the 70s, right? The bitch just pick up the phone and say, he hit me, and your ass went to jail, right? Now, you shouldn't dare put your hands on no woman for no reason, That's what your mind is for, right? Yeah, to replace your hands and stuff like that. That's what that's all about right there.
You see the pimps in videos and these documentaries, and it looks like a glamorous life. But if you study it, you realize it's one of the most stressful things that you could possibly do.
I mean, man, and this is, you got to understand something. Here it is. You got multiple women. Okay, these bitches got different birthdays. They both favorite food is different. They like different shit on the radio. Some of them got kids and shit. Some of them got kids that live far, far out. Some of them got kids that's across state. It might be their birthday or the mother's birthday, and here you are. That's why they say, a real pimp don't get no sleep because, them bitches constantly need shit. You know what I mean? And you got to be willing to, okay, bitch, come on. You know what I mean?
Right, because I think what people don't realize is that you actually are in a relationship with
exactly.
each and every one of these women.
Exactly, man, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't have a stable full of hoes and, think you can have, this square girlfriend on the side who may have just like a regular job. All that money will walk away from you. Is just not something that go with that. You know what I mean? By law, this is a no-no.
Yeah.
And, it could snatch a stripe or two up off your pimping and
Right.
and shit like that.
And the women you're dealing with, these aren't, stable middle-class women with nice upbringings. A lot of times they have damaged backgrounds. They have...
A lot of them got the same story.
Which is?
Damaged backgrounds and shit like that.
Abused by a family member, that type of thing.
Right.
And,
I used to have this saying, same bitch, different shirt. Because, but then you have good hoes that will a step before a college professor every day, who got a phlebotomy license, or who is a paralegal and will do some hoeing when nightfall comes.
Yeah, man. And I mean, for everyone who's looking at this saying that they want to be a pimp, look at, one of the most difficult relationships you've had with a woman. Now multiply that by 6 at the same time.
No, it's different. It's different than that.
Different than that?
Mm-hmm.
Explain.
It's more pleasant than that.
Okay.
It's way more. You get more joy out of it than that.
Okay.
You can't compare that to that.
Okay.
No.
Fair enough.
It's another kind of bad, right? It's the kind of bad that your square cat's bad. He would want to trade you his bad, right? For the pimp's bad, right? You see what I'm saying to you? By a long shot, too. Yeah.
So from the point that you started pimping at 17 to the time that you eventually quit, did you ever have a regular girlfriend?
No.
Never.
No.
Weren't interested.
It's the last thing you want. She would have no idea of how seasoned you are up here, but she would feel it, but wouldn't be able to put her finger on it, even if you tell her.
Mm-hmm. So whenever you talk to a woman, the only thing you're interested in is, can she be a hoe? Can she make you some money? You're not interested in her
it's no question if can she be. I could spot a hoe, and I could sit right here, just open the window. I could tell you that bitch is a hoe. Yeah. I mean, it's about how they walk, how they sit down, how they stand up, talk. It's things that tell you, she a hoe.
I mean, when you look at all the girls that you were pimping over the years, how many of them did you actually turn out versus they were already hoes and they just chose you? If you look at percentages.
A few. But, the first turnout is always
the most thrilling?
To me.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first turnout.
What do you think was the most difficult part of that? Because were you getting busted every so often?
No. Never.
Never got busted for pimping?
No.
Okay. It's a rarity, because, I read a lot of other
pimps. Pimps don't get busted for pimping. Pimps get busted for mispimping.
Okay, so you never were
mispimped? No, I haven't.
Never?
Never. It's not on my record.
So girls never turned on you? They never reported you to police? Nothing?
No. Because you got to be good to these women. I didn't have females mamas, man. Glad that I walked into their life, man. Over and over, man. You know what I mean? You know, the boyfriend and the baby daddy and them, they couldn't do nothing.
You bring stability.
I have, man.
Right. How often would girls leave and just leave the life altogether?
I mean, the name of the game is basically cop and blow. You know, I mean, you can have a bitch 5 minutes, man. You know, that's why you gotta, you know, constantly be on the move about yours. And, you know, keeping these women around because they can blow up and, you know, make shit difficult. You know, you might have a jealous bitch that you know, bitches will run bitches off and yeah. You know, all kind of different reasons why motherfucker end up homeless, man.
Well, you know, like I said before, you're really having a relationship with these women. So you are sleeping with these women also.
I mean, you know, they had their fun.
Right.
You know what I mean? The Pimp ain't no porn star. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's more money than sex going on.
Exactly.
Because they do that all day. So if they could come home and doing that too, well shit, you know, I mean, you know, you like God to them. You know, I can touch God whenever I want to. I can get God to do this. I can get God to do this. Dang, you ain't God no more. Mm-hmm. And a bitch think like that. You know, a hoe think like that.
Well, I guess one of your kids' mothers was one of your hoes at one point?
Yeah, more than one of them.
More than one. Okay, so a few of them got pregnant along the way by you.
Like 4 of them.
Aha. Okay. When they got pregnant, what was your initial reaction? When you got your first one pregnant, did you already have children by that point or no?
I probably did.
Okay. Probably did. Okay. Yeah. So when you got your first, you know, hoe, I guess, pregnant, how did you feel?
Good. Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you end up getting, so 4 of your children came from this. How was that family structure like at that point?
It was great.
Same thing.
It was great.
Okay.
Because understanding is everything.
Aha. So you never hid anything from your kids?
They know what's up. They, you know, grown now. And, you know, daddy was a pimp and mommy was a hoe. And life goes on.
Okay. Yeah. So you continue in this life. And I guess 12 years ago, you left it all behind.
I did.
Is that accurate?
That's accurate.
That's accurate. What led up to this?
What led up to it?
Yeah, what led up to you saying, okay, I'm going to leave this whole life behind that?
What I think led up to it was after I completed the Smell My Finger record, I was going to act a real fool. And I might have been some of these, ended up in some of these situations that you may read about where a motherfucker done got stretched out in the feds and all this old shit because I was pissed.
Okay.
I don't ever want to be that mad recording a record ever again in my life.
What made you that angry during that time in your life?
A bitch ran off with my kids, man.
Aha.
You know.
How many kids?
Multiple.
Really?
Yeah.
Were those her children as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one of your hoes had a couple of kids, and she took the kids and left.
Oh, she would do this periodically.
Aha.
Yeah.
Which, as a father, just tore you up.
Yeah. Cadillacs all tore up, you know, just.
Oh, so she was destructive in the process.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Disrespectful with it and everything.
Okay.
So, the Lord told me to sit my ass down or he was going to take something from me. And it happened in such a way that scared the shit out of me. Up until this day, I feel like 12 years is long enough to, this is my creator, you know what I mean? And he knows, you know, what I'm capable of and stop me. It made me think about some shit. And the shit that I've experienced, little things. In that 12 years, I'm talking about little shit, man. That if I was running the street, I wouldn't have time to think nowhere near these little things. So I understood. It's like his way of saying, okay, let me get you some more understanding about the shit you're doing. Okay, don't forget this, and this. 12 years. That and that was important shit. Okay, family. Okay, think about who loves you. Look what else you could do. Mm-hmm. Blah, 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 blah. And I have a whole new, but it's still in my blood. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm not finna sit here and watch Vivid Entertainment make multi-billion dollars a year and watch all these porn sites be the most downloaded than fucking NFL, NBA, all this shit put together. Mm-hmm. I'm not finna ignore that shit.
So you think porn and pimping is kind of the same thing?
Man, it goes hand in hand with each other.
Okay.
It goes hand in hand with each other. And you know, it is what it is. It is what it's always been. You know, this is where the mayor and the sheriff and everybody went and had a drink at the end of the day. Right? With a happy ending. Come on, man, look at our head. Look at America, man. Right? I don't gotta have on no cowboy hat and no Wranglers and no boots, man, and a straw hanging out my mouth to let you know, man, hoes been hoeing long before all this.
It's
you know what I mean?
World's oldest profession.
Yeah.
Before there was farming and
pussy for sale.
Right.
Right. Yes. Right. I didn't invent it.
No. And you won't be the last one to do it.
Hell no.
It won't end with you.
It won't end with me. All right. I almost looked at the camera and said, America. Come on, Vlad. Come on, man.
Well, you were kind of in a special position because at the time you decided to quit, mm-hmm. Your rap career was in full swing.
Right. And it's always been there.
Yeah.
It's always been there. You know, again, it just goes to show you how powerful you feel when you know you got that power. I mean, man, a hoe know everything that's going on the street before you even hear it on the scanner. A lot of it. She's dating everybody, from the dentist to the bag boy at the grocery store. And it's okay. She probably stopped the bag boy from killing somebody. You know what I mean? No girls like him. And he get to, pay for this fine woman for an hour who's telling him that he's better than that. And all right, now this little dude feel like Superman. That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, I've never seen the problem with prostitution. And it's legal in certain parts of the country anyways.
Right.
I've never seen why you would criminalize.
Look at this.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. Come on. Look at the president. Look at this shit, man. I mean, pussy make the world go round. Just pick a, Bill Cosby locked up, Harvey Weinstein still walking the street. I mean, the Me Too stickers. Man, look, let me just say something to you, man. If they just make pussy perfectly legal to sell, mm-hmm. and this be okay with everybody, you can have your pick, your size. You can get you can go into great detail. Oh shit, man, I have to work today. I'm gonna get this 12-pack.
Right.
Going down here, man, and try me some Asian shit out. You know what I'm saying? Just right here. And you, because a motherfucker gonna do it anyway.
Right, well look at Robert Kraft.
Man, look at this, man. Look at this.
The owner of the Patriots.
Man, look, man, do you know how much money, man, the hoe made, man? I'm talking about after you can't, Man, let me tell you something, man. Ain't no real hoe, man. Don't like no trick, square sucker shit. So, eventually, you pissed this bitch off, and you a square too? Oh, she gonna start cracking jokes about your dick. She gonna start doing, woo, and then it be on a big level? Woo, shit. Man, it's a thing. You know what I mean? It's a thing. Man, who's to say Bill probably could have had all them women?
Bill Cosby?
Yeah. Okay. Harvey could have had all them women. Mm-hmm. But you going about just some old disrespectful ass way. You can't keep doing this and thinking everything. Motherfucker, who are you first? Who are you first in here? Mm-hmm. Before you're the pimp, before you decide to run women, and who are you? You know what I'm saying? And you know, good hoes will go a long way with you, man, if you good to them. Period.
Well, I mean, even the laws are kind of interesting because men give women money all the time. Pussy ain't never been free for a man. Period.
I mean,
no such thing.
You can look at it like that. You can look at it like that, man.
Yeah.
But you know, if you out on the street, man, and before a motherfucker give you a hot plate, a motherfucker will offer you some pussy, man. Vlad, you think I'm bullshit?
No, I got you.
Oh, okay. All right, cause yeah, we can have fun with these cameras. It's just like that.
Well, what I was going to say is that you had your rap career in full swing, so you could step away from the pimping and still support yourself.
And still pay my bills.
Still pay all your bills. Right. Most pimps don't have that luxury.
Okay.
Isn't that true? Unless they had a big stash at the time they were retiring.
Right, yeah. I mean, you got some smart guys that have other things to, lean back on. You know, some of those guys who refuse to be touched by the law, so they don't do and say stupid shit. And, they move well and all these different things. Yeah, man.
Well, you said all your old friends ended up doing a lot of time for pimping. And a lot of my good friends turned out to be some monsters. What do you mean by that exactly?
I mean, you think you know some of these guys. You know what I mean? And you find out that, this is why I always stay to myself. And I've always been like that. And I'm always out of the area, where I lay my head at. Because I never like to mix with people. It's easy to get that label, you are who you hang around. So I'd rather spend my time around Quik and Ted, people with super brains, now than, somebody I really can't judge. You know what I mean?
12 years ago, you stopped doing this. Mm-hmm. Have they changed the laws in terms of human trafficking and stuff like that since then?
They just switched it to human trafficking. I seen it coming from
Okay.
a mile away.
So you know what I'm talking about.
From a mile away.
What changed? Explain to me when they started calling it human trafficking, what changed overall?
I mean, the name is scary.
It is. Right.
It's fucking scary. It's fucking scary. From pimping and pandering. I mean,
human trafficking.
A bitch get a loitering ticket and go about her way. But the game got so disrespectful. You know what I mean? We wasn't brought up to pimp on no minors. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't brought up to do certain things that has evolved in the generations. We wasn't taught those things, a lot of it's disrespectful. And, but yeah, I seen it taking a turn and sure enough, man, yeah, here they come.
And luckily
you got out. Trafficking.
And you got out the way.
The word human. Wow, human.
Yeah.
Human trafficking.
And luckily you got out the way before all that happened.
Damn right. Damn right. I could talk about it like Iceberg Slim.
Right.
Right? I can go in detail about it and have fun with it and play with it like Donald Goines. Legends in the game, you know what I mean? Who words, I mean, I can remember, man, you know, being in YA, and man, it wasn't nothing like a good old Donald Goines book, man, to make me feel all right in that square, stinking ass room. All that rust on the screen. You had a Donald Goines book or Iceberg Slim book? Man, you looked at those little words, man, so good. If it was a rip in the page, man, you cared about that rip. Oh.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, I've read these books. Yeah.
Right.
I read them. I read Iceberg Slim. I read a bunch of Donald Goines, like Dope Fiend and Whoreson and all
Whoreson, man, that was one of my favorites.
Oh, you like that one?
Whoreson, hell yeah.
Yeah, it was a hell of a book.
Man, it's, a lot of that shit is real. He talking about real people.
Oh yeah, no, he was
that
on
exists,
the street
that's
himself.
On 2 feet today.
Yeah, I heard that he would basically, I mean, he was a dope fiend himself, right?
Yeah.
He would basically get his book advanced and go get high, then go write another book and then repeat.
And you know, that's the sad part, man. You know, when you have to replace a drug, I mean, the whole drug. You know, not just, you know, take care of your business, you know, when you got this kind of time, and be who you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be this person. Because everybody do something, you know. How do you look at a bottle of alcohol and get drunk till you staggering, hitting walls and shit? Why do you look at that bottle like that? See, it's how you do things, you know. And that, you know, with musicians, with, you know, a lot of our legend players and, you know, people we admire, man, you know, that was the, you know, baddest gangster we ever knew. But something like a rock took him down, a needle in the vein. It's the only thing that can get him. You know what I mean? That's a trip to me.
Yeah, no, I just interviewed Mark Curry earlier
today.
Oakland. Yeah,
right.
That's
hey,
right.
Hey, look, man, how you doing, man?
He actually told me a story off camera about how he was about to get jumped by a bunch of dudes, and I guess at a Raiders game.
Right.
And you stepped in and basically saved him.
Man, is that right?
Yeah. Do you remember the story? Or?
All right. I mean, you know, that sounds like me, man, because, you know, I'm always the peace. Like in my camp, you know, Ted and, you know, Chud and them, they'll tell you a lot of shit they'll keep away from me because they know how I get, you know. And, man, should nobody be mad at nobody, man. Because look what we could be at, you know. We could be a long way from this good shit that we doing. And if something fucked up happened in the club or something like that, and I'm glad they do that. You know what I mean? And don't tell me a lot of little petty punk shit that be happening, man. You know, because I'd much rather not, you know, rather skip over that shit. Yeah, man. Yeah. Man, is that right, man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I swear to God. Like we didn't talk about it on camera because I didn't mention it, but he told me the whole, because I said, oh, Sugar Free coming in later today. He goes, oh, Sugar Free, let me tell you, I was at a Raiders game and a bunch of dudes was about to really beat my ass, and Sugar Free started getting in their faces. I was like, motherfucker. Like, he described the whole scene to me.
Yeah, it was probably one of them things, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, man, my Oaktown
in Oakland, actually. Yeah, Oakland Raiders.
Right, my Oaktown partner, man.
Yeah,
right on. Okay, yeah.
Shout out to Mark Curry.
Yeah, in a real way. What's up, P?
So, at what point did the rapping start?
The rapping was always there, so I was like 9.
Okay.
Yeah. Sugar Hill Gang, Rapper's Delight. Was a time, man, all we had was like Mixmaster Spade, Toddy T, Kid Frost, Mixmaster Ken, Ice-T, the beginning.
Right.
For LA, you know. Yeah.
So I guess you started battle rapping while you were locked up.
Yeah. It kind of, but that ain't how I turned out though.
Okay.
Yeah, my manager was saying some shit about this the other day. He said, man, Freak, man, if you was still a battle rapper, I know you'll warm some niggas. I'm like, man, I give a motherfucker a run for their money now. You know, but I don't rap like that. I choose to talk about the game, man, and you know, help teach somebody something. You know, pull somebody out of something bad, you know. That young guy out there who may think he, you know, I know what it's like, man. You know, it's just my own medicine that I use.
So you started with battle rapping.
Yeah.
And then at what point, like how old were you when you first started recording?
Man, like 15.
Aha, so early.
Yeah.
Real early.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Jimmy at Hot Track Studio.
Okay.
You know, we didn't realize you used to take our little money. You know, it was the 2-inch Ampeg
2-inch
reel,
reel, yeah.
right? 2-inch, right? On Mission, right? And Jimmy, he was, you know, one of them old, you know, rock star Morris Day, you know, Prince type cats, you know what I'm saying? And his wife would bring him food and he would just be listening to the beat while he eating and shit like that. Like, yeah, man, I like that. I like that. Next thing you know, an hour go by, then there's 2, and you looking at, you're like, wait a minute, and then you get this bill, you're like, oh man. Right, it's just a trip. But Jimmy, I think he's still around today, but he taught us something. And I caught on real fast.
Okay.
Real fast.
And were you Sugar Free back then?
No, Royal Rock, that was my rap name.
Okay. When did
Right.
Sugar Free come
Sugar
around?
Free, I was in Wasco State Prison, man, when that hit me. I was on my way to do some time, and Wasco was the reception. We was locked down 23 hours a day. And, you know, it was yard recall. And we had to go back, everybody had to go back to their unit. And right before I walked in my unit, it just hit me. I was thinking of all the tightest rap names, you know, that fit niggas. That was dope, like Ice-T, right? This nigga cool, right? Ice Cube, this nigga cold, right? I'm thinking of, you know, I'm putting these Redman Method, man. I mean, these niggas, grown ass men, they're serious than a motherfucker with chop. And it hit me before I walked in the unit, Sugar Free. I went in, I had a pencil this big, a lead, right? And I wrote it on everything. Sugar Free, Sugar Free. I wrote everything. I was just so happy. I mean, I'm in prison, but I'm happy as fuck.
Right.
23-hour-a-day lockdown. I'm happy than a motherfucker, right? So I'm writing home. I Tone, it's my new rap name, right? Sugar Free, Sugar. I'm telling everybody, right? I got out. I said, Tone, Black Tone, man, I changed my name. He was like, man, what is it again? I said, Sugar Free. He said, no, man, no. He said, no, what you doing? He said, Royal Rock, man, what you doing? I said, man, just trust me. I let him clown, you know, you trust me, right? He's like, yeah, I trust you. I'm like, watch how this ride out, man. It fit me like a motherfucker, Tone. He like, all right, man, I'm gonna ride this out with you. And sure enough, he would ask Ted. More women would come to my shows than anything. And he would sit there and come to every show. And like, Ted. And Ted would have to tell me. He wouldn't tell me this shit, right? He would, but I'd tell him, man, don't think about that. You know, and which was, how can you talk the way you do? And these women, because I'm not talking about them, right? To them, you know, Freak, tell them, talk, say it. Because there's somebody at their job every day that they just, right? You want to say some shit, all you got to do is just throw my CD in. And, you know, thanks to, you know, me having a bad experience with a child of mine being taken away from me, I get to help people, right? And I like that, man. And it really works out, man. It do.
When I first heard the name Sugar Free, the first thing I thought was, okay, he's saying that nothing's sweet about him.
Right.
That's what I thought.
That's what you're supposed to think.
Okay. Was that the meaning behind the name?
That's the meaning behind it.
Okay, so I got it.
That's the meaning behind it.
Okay. Nothing sweet
I don't
about
play
you.
certain shit.
Hell of a name.
Just don't.
Hell of a name.
Hell of a name.
Hell of a name.
I mean it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you go from recording in the studios
Uh-huh.
at 15, just putting up your own money, Probably
Right.
like $50 an hour or something like that.
Right.
I'm sure that's what it was
Right.
around.
The real was at the time was around 16.
Yeah.
$16 for the tape. You bought the tape, all that tape, and then the time.
Yeah, you had to pay for the engineer.
Right, and then that. But we were some young cats. You could tell he tried to show us a little love, right? But got us where he could.
Yeah.
Right. And it made us step our game up.
So you continue to record,
Yeah.
and then you eventually met DJ Quik.
Right.
How old were you when you met Quik?
I don't know. I don't remember. Like
Okay.
20.
20?
Or 24, 25.
Okay, so you by that time you'd been doing it for almost 10 years.
Yeah, I've been doing this, man.
Okay. Were you releasing projects on your own or
No,
no?
I'll just do it just to be doing it.
Aha. So you're paying for the studio time, but you're not putting it out.
Yeah. I mean, just some of my homies and,
Okay.
That was my audience, man. My homies and, my family, my little cousins, and, I always had one for them, you know what I mean? At night, they go to bed and I'll bust a rap before they go to bed, tell them a little story, and then start laughing, talk about, smoking weed and hoes and shit like that, so they was my little fans, man.
So
Yeah.
it was like a pure, just an art expression for you.
Yeah,
It wasn't a
I
business.
had to do it. I had to do it now.
Aha.
I had to do it.
Okay.
Something I just had to do.
But then you meet DJ Quik.
Right.
And Street Gospel came out in 97.
I met Black Tone first.
Okay.
Black Tone. Then I met DJ Quik.
Okay, I'm not familiar with Black Tone.
Well, Black Tone is a DJ Quik's homie.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very,
Okay. So you
Important
meet Tone,
person here.
and then he introduces you to Quik.
yeah. He introduced me to everybody. High C, Second to None.
Aha. Oh, Quik's whole crew.
Yeah.
Got it. Did Quik see the vision right off the bat?
Yeah.
He saw it. Mm-hmm. I mean, if his album came out in 97, your album came out in 97, I assume you were working on it like in 96 or so?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And by that time, Quik had already had a big body of work.
Yeah.
His
Yeah, he
first
was-
album was,
Yeah.
what was the name of that first album that Quik put out?
Tonight.
Yeah, the one with Tonight
Safe
on it.
Sound, all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He had
man.
big hits on the radio.
Yeah. I
He
couldn't, I
was,
couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. They heard me on a cassette, man, on a little tape.
Right. And he had already worked with Tupac. He was pretty much the main.
Yeah.
Well, actually, hold
Yeah.
on a second.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Right, yeah. Well,
Death Row thing.
let me rewind for a second. I guess you were in the sessions for The Chronic?
Yeah, I was, man.
Aha. And The Chronic was what, 93?
92.
92. Okay. So that was before Quik.
Yes.
Aha.
I had been waiting on him for years.
Aha.
I've just been in line waiting on him.
Okay.
So I was there with Black Tone every day.
Aha. Okay.
And that was some of the things.
But you're sitting in on the making of The Chronic, which, no offense to your projects, but The Chronic is considered one of the greatest hip-hop masterpieces.
You damn right.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
damn right. And it was carpet like this. It's hard. It was hard like this. I would sit on it every single day and not say a word. And my ass would hurt. If I got a chance where it was a little pillow around, I came up.
That was the
You know what I'm saying, man? I came up. You know, it was cool. I'm like, oh shit, and it got to the point where eventually, when a seat became open, John Payne or somebody in there, which was the engineer at the time, would ask me, man, you want a seat? I'm like, yeah, man. And I would sit down. I would speak when I was spoken to. I mean, it was pretty much the model artist. Because number one, I'm in there with Tony Lane, with Black Tone. I know how to act. I know what to say. I know what not to say. I know what to do. I know what not to do. You know, the wills, wants, do's, and don'ts. I know them all. And skated right through that thing, man, and watched them dudes do that, man. It was
Right. I mean, you're there with Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg,
DLC.
DLC, Daz,
Daz,
Nate
correct.
Dogg,
Yeah.
Corrupt, Rage, RBX. I mean, it was
All them legends, man.
all the legends. But you weren't contributing at all.
No.
You were just basically happy to be there.
Happy to be there.
Yeah.
At one point, Dre did ask me to go in the mic booth, and I forget what song it is, but what they say, "Who's the man with the master plan? A nigga with a motherfucking gun."
Yeah.
He wanted me to say, "A nigga with a motherfucking gun." Now, I don't know, he was just testing the mic or what he was doing, but man, I was so happy when he asked me to go in the room and do that shit. It was a big ass door, man. When you pulled that motherfucker, it was like a suction, it was like, I'm like, shit, I went in there, closed the back, big ass mic on with the weight at the end. Mm-hmm. I was so happy to do that.
I think, wasn't it Dre who ultimately said that line in the song, the one that came out?
I guess so, yeah. A nigga
so,
with a
yeah.
motherfucking gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
But for some reason, he asked me if I would say that. Yeah. I don't care if it's on there or not. He asked me to do it. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, I would have loved to be in your position.
Right. I went home with a Polaroid picture that day.
Yeah?
Yeah. I went and showed my sister. I was like, "Lee, look." She was like, "So?" You know, she's my worst critic in the world, man. I talk about that. That's another Vlad interview right there.
Okay. So you sat in on the making of The Chronic.
Uh-huh.
So you're around Suge and all them as well.
Yeah.
So then you meet, then you and DJ Quik start to link up.
Right.
And I guess Why You Bullshittin' was originally meant for Tupac?
The music, yes.
Aha.
Yes.
Okay.
It was meant for Pac, and it ended up being for me. And what a hell of a story that I mean, that's some hell of a music, just period. You know. Yeah, dude is mad scientist, man.
Did you continue to hang around Death Row after The Chronic? You know, as they...
No, because we had went on and started Laneway Records.
Aha.
Yeah, with Black Tone.
So you and Black Tone started a record label together?
Yeah.
Aha.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that's how he linked you up.
That's right. We took all that good knowledge that we learned from Dre, Snoop, and everybody, and we applied it, and we won with it.
So then you and DJ Quik work on Ghetto Gospel.
Street Gospel.
Sorry. Let me start over.
The Ghetto Gospel. I like that, though.
You like Ghetto
Gospel? I like that.
You like Ghetto Gospel?
Yeah, I like that.
That's an actual song, right?
Yeah.
Who did Ghetto Gospel?
Ghetto Gospel.
Is that Tupac?
That's smooth. Now, man, look, I don't know where I was. I was in the Bay Area somewhere. All right, you tell me this. In KMEL, right? You're a big fan of Chewy.
In the Bay, yeah.
Okay, now I remember going there, right? Now, like a lot of other radio stations, you get up there, get off the elevator, and walk down the hallway. You might see a country station, and, you know, see some people at the country radio station. Mm-hmm. A couple of doors down might be a jazz station, right? A couple of doors down, it's a church station, okay? Now look, man, people thought Street Gospel, man, was a church record. Mm-hmm. Man, I had the blinds closed on me one day, man, up in that building, man. I think it was Vine, Chewy, one of them said, "Hey, man, they thought your record was a church record, man." I was like, "Oh shit," right? So yeah, man, that was a trip. That was a real trip.
Well, El DeBarge was on your record.
Man.
On My Way.
Man.
And I don't think people realize how big El DeBarge was in the 80s.
Man, El DeBarge's big now. Wherever he at.
Right.
Wherever El is.
But I'm
right
saying
now.
at his height.
Special
My
dude,
God.
Man. Special dude. Him and James, man.
Yeah.
Man, I'm talking about, it's just like meeting two of your homies that's from your neighborhood. I ain't bullshit, man. I mean, they're fighting all that. They ain't how they look. Motherfucker think they just some pretty niggas or something, man. Yeah. That's
nice hair,
with your ass. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you know, that hit home with me. And when they first met me, they just welcomed me in as family. I was family. And man, that's right now today, that's like unbelievable. You know what I mean? You know, these are reasons why you remind yourself when you're in a position like this to be cool, stay level-headed and appreciate every day that goes by that you're in this because of the friends that you acquired, man, from this shit. You know what I mean? And those two dudes, I mean, they could still come to me today. I could still go to them today for anything. You know, L and James DeBarge, man. You know, what a cold story. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was a hell of a project. And I guess, and you were still pimping back then.
Yeah, it was a trip to them, you know.
Well, because, you know, hip-hop has this real obsession with pimping. Right? Everyone calls themselves pimps.
Right on.
Too Short, you know, has always called himself a pimp.
He's my favorite rapper in the world, man.
Yeah, man, listen, that's my friend, man.
Yeah.
Like me and Short go way back. We've done a lot of interviews.
And he got good sense, man.
Yeah. And, you know, and I've talked to Short, and I've asked him straight out, have you pimped?
You know, a hoe walked up to me one night at a party and handed me about $1,700, $1,800 and said, "You the reason why I'm hoeing," and walked away. She never told me her name. The bitch never even looked back over her shoulder.
Wow.
Just like, bam. And I counted, I'm like, 15, 16, 17. I'm like, damn, okay.
Drinks on me.
Does that make me a pimp?
I don't know.
That makes me pimp-ish for sure.
It walks like a duck.
That's okay, and that's perfectly
legal. And that's
legal.
okay.
And that's okay.
Right, but not you. You were actually...
hands-on, man. Just,
I mean, I'm trying to think. Are there any other rappers that were actually pimps?
You got to ask him, man.
I got to ask him, I guess, right?
Yeah,
You know, I mean, you got T.I., Pimp Squad Click, but I've never heard of T.I. actually pimping. Not to say he hasn't, I'm just saying I've never actually.
Oh yeah, Tip got a lot of game about himself.
Yeah.
You know, not putting him in that category or nothing like that, but I see how he could run that ball.
Yeah, 8Ball and MJG talked about pimping.
Very pimpish.
Not sure. I'm not sure. Pimp C, I heard, has done some pimping.
Rest in peace. I heard too, but I've never really seen nobody really get down like me.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but you were what I consider the most authentic actual pimp in all of hip hop history. So you were really doing it full time.
I felt like I had to do both. Yeah.
I mean, with the success of street gospel, you didn't think, hey, let me just put the pimping aside and just focus 100% on this music?
No.
No?
No.
Why is that?
I want to see how big I could get. Right. And I got to know, a lot of nice women, man. A lot of them are still cool with me today. And yeah, man. Yeah, it's not a bad, I guess when you've done it like that and then you put it down and you go day to day and it's still something you live by, it's still a satisfaction there.
You look at 2019 and rapping off beat is something that you see quite a bit.
Right.
With Blueface probably being the most prominent these days. But no one was rapping off beat when you were doing it. Were they? I'm not familiar with anybody.
I don't.
Like jumping in and out of, because when I say off beat, I don't mean off beat. I mean jumping in and out of the pocket the way you do.
Yeah, and it's not off beat.
Yeah. And that's why I had to clarify.
It depends on how much rhythm you have as a listener.
Okay.
My numbers are crazy. And it's funny and fun to watch my listener juggle that, which makes them realize, okay, what and how am I listening to this? How am I listening to this? Man, your ones and your twos matter. This ain't nothing but numbers, man. I like to call it the metric system. I play with it, you know, I'm so deep into it, you know, I call it the metric system. You know, because my chop is just so accurate and on the numbers that it's mind-boggling, and I want it to be. Yeah.
When you listen to Blueface, what do you think?
I've never heard.
You never heard Blueface?
No.
Like Tatiana, nothing?
Yeah, I heard that song.
Yeah, that's Blueface.
Yeah, I heard that song. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's a hit.
Yeah.
It's a hit.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I've never interviewed Blueface, but I think
yeah, that's
he
right.
would
yeah.
say that you know, I would say that Blueface is influenced by Sugar Free.
Okay. Well, I hear that all the time, but I'm so focused on my own shit that I haven't really checked.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I mean, again, I mean, you know, Too Short was a mentor of mine. You know, so is Snoop and Method Man and Redman and Eminem. You know what I mean? You know, them flamethrowers, chop dudes. So I get it. I get that.
You know, and last time we did an interview, I think Kendrick's "To Pimp a Butterfly" was
man.
out,
Right on,
and,
yeah.
and I really felt like stylistically, he really, you know,
King Kunta. Yeah.
King Kunta, and
Yeah.
you know the way
Everybody was
he's
telling me to
rapping.
listen to it.
Yeah.
Everybody kept telling me, and I went a long time without listening to it.
Okay. Well, you finally listened to it.
I was like, damn.
I mean, he did
I
his
didn't really
thing.
hear me. I mean, I did. You could tell. I mean, you could tell something. It is like some pockets that
Yeah. And
are very familiar, but
And the beat selection, I think the way.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
the
It
hard funk.
yeah, both of them went together and kind of
Yeah.
suggested.
Because when you listen to his other albums, they don't sound like that album.
Right.
That album was very different. I'm not going to say that I hear Sugar Free and
Right.
Damn or,
Yeah, there it
you
is.
know, or Good Kid, Bad City or Section
Right,
80.
right on,
But
yeah.
when I hear To Pimp a Butterfly, I hear Sugar Free.
Okay.
And that's a compliment to both of you.
Man, yes. Yeah, Kendrick is the man.
I mean, Kendrick's the only rapper to win a Pulitzer.
Yeah, man, the dude, like
a big
I
deal.
say about Kendrick, man, he was brought up right. Mm-hmm. He carry himself right. He speaks what he feels, man. He's very necessary.
I agree.
Yeah, I can't picture this rap game without him.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, right now, I feel, you know, this is something I brought up in my interviews, is that right now, I feel Kendrick Lamar is the king of rap.
Right on.
Right now.
Right.
If he dropped on the same day as Drake, Jay-Z,
Right.
whoever,
Right. Think he'd take the shot.
I think that most people would want to listen
Right.
to Kendrick
Yeah.
first.
Yeah. A lot of good, strong positivity coming out of this young man.
Yeah.
That needs to be heard, you know, through these airwaves. And he's very much needed and necessary, you know, like I said. And you know, all the other cats too that you named in that same line, they have a certain job to do,
Yeah.
you know, all along that line right there. So, damn right, yeah.
You dropped Street Gospel in 97, and then the New Testament dropped in 2004. Why wait 7 years between these projects?
You can't really call it, you know. It's just something that happened.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just something that happened. And yeah, it was a big gap.
Were you and Quik still on good terms during this whole time, or not really?
You know, when you the maestro, when you're the mad scientist, when you're DJ Quik, I mean, he's still learning about himself. He's the mad scientist. He you know, I mean, you still feel lucky to be in the race. I was still in the race. You know what I still had a number. And I'm still running. So I'm good. You know what I mean? So the 7-year gap was a learning experience.
Okay, so then you came out with your second album,
Yeah.
The New Testament. And did Quik do, well, Quik produced on it, but he wasn't the only producer
On what?
on The New Testament.
Yeah, Quik had some influence, but he wasn't the only producer.
Okay, whereas on the first album,
Wait, the New Testament?
the New Testament, yeah.
Yeah, Quik did some production.
Okay, but not because on the first album he did the whole thing pretty much, right?
Right.
But on the second album you worked with some other producers.
Right.
When you compare the New Testament to your first album,
Will I?
well, will you or will you not? I mean,
There's no comparison.
there's no comparison. And why is that?
There's a different feeling. There's a different time. Experience from then till then. The highs and lows of the business. Me recognizing that this is a business. All that. Coming in and then going to your second project. The realization of this is a job, this is a real business, blah, 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 yeah.
Right, and the second album actually charted. I mean, the first one's considered a classic, but I guess the second one did, numbers-wise, it did better?
I can imagine so. I've been waiting to get here, where I am today.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I was a kid, and I told myself, man, I'm gonna be so tight when I grow up. I'm at that point right now. I'm that tight. I'm that guy that rapped like I wanted to rap like when I was a kid. I rap like that right now. The cold, bad motherfucker. So this record, The Resurrection, is all of that. All of that. All of the long periods of time without putting a record out. And, the pain of that and the joys of it.
Right, because your last album, High Power Pimping, was 10 years ago.
Right.
2009.
Right.
So this is an even longer period of time.
Right. And it was planned like that.
It was planned.
Watch when you hear this motherfucker.
Quik did some of the production on this.
Yes.
Yep.
It's gonna blow your mind, man.
I can't wait.
See, it's all a plan. It's all a plan. You watch when you hear this. We got a single out right now called "Hole in My Heart." I'm very pleased with it, and it's doing good things right now. Got a fresh video out for it. Yeah, man, spitting peas at these fleas. Now, yeah, we're gonna see who got some swing back in them.
Well, you and Nipsey Hussle have a song together called "Churned Up." Were you and Nipsey close at all, or?
Me and Nip was cool. I didn't talk to Nip every day, but when we did see each other, we smiled and did our little talking and updated each other, and we parted. And it was nice watching him grow.
Yeah. I interviewed him a few years back.
Okay.
And we ran into each other from time to time.
Yeah.
Good dude, good spirit.
Yeah, hell of a spirit.
Very, very much. When you look at the business moves that the Nipsey ended up doing later on, he was talking about all that in our interview, like
right, when he was young.
4 years ago or so.
That's right, when he was young, when you didn't expect this shit to fly out of his mouth. Here he come with a whole bunch of positivity, buying, owning. He had a head on his shoulders, man, for sure.
How did you feel when you heard the news about Nipsey?
Just sad.
Yeah.
Sad, man. Just sad. It's an eye opener.
Yeah.
A shot.
Yeah, man, and to see how the city,
came
together for his funeral. Sold out the Staples Center, the first person to do that since Michael Jackson. in LA.
Right.
And, you know, I think Nipsey is so celebrated not really because of his rapping. It's because of what he did outside of rap.
Right.
You know, he was a dope rapper, but he was really
Right.
more of an underground rapper.
Right.
He was not on the radio because
Right.
people like to compare him to Tupac these days. And it's like,
Okay.
did you know Tupac?
I didn't know Pac personally.
Okay.
No.
But, you know, Pac, you know, was an incredible artist, but I never considered him a businessman.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe later on in life, because he was
Right.
only 25 when he passed.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, not everyone wants to run a business and
Okay.
deal with all the headaches around
Okay.
it. Pac, I think Pac was focused on his music.
Right.
Nipsey was focused on his music, but he was also very much focused on his business.
Right. Which brought people together.
Yeah.
How he helped people
Yes.
and taught people and how smart he was
Yeah.
about business. You know what I mean? I think in our community, that's amazing. That's what we want. You know what I mean? And to see your brother right next to you doing that, it automatically makes you feel like, dang, man, I can do this. I can do this too. Okay, just do work. You know, it just requires more of me, more of my time to make this actually happen and stand up.
Yeah.
I realize how big that is.
Yeah. You know, and it also highlights what happens sometimes when you try to help your community and you spend time in your community, how the hatred from your own community is worse, some of the worst things, you know, that you could experience.
Yeah. But you know, I hope and pray, man, that it get right. You know?
Yeah.
Because, you know, we can't go nowhere but up from here.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, shout out to Big U who did the
Right on.
the Gang Peace March, I think is what it was called, where
Right
you
on.
see Rolling 60s and A-Tray gangsters
Right on. Yeah.
together for the first time in 40 years.
Okay.
and everything.
Yeah.
Man, it's a fucking tragedy.
Yeah, man.
You know, people comparing him to Jesus Christ now. You know,
That's deep.
It is. It is. And I think he did some of the same things that Jesus did. I think that's why they're making the comparison.
I could, yeah.
Yeah. You know, when you look at the situations with like Michael Jackson and R. Kelly,
Okay.
I've always felt like, you know, people like to paint these two men as monsters now.
Okay.
But I think that not enough time is spent what essentially I feel is the parents pimping their kids.
Okay.
Do you feel that, you know, for example, you know, we don't know what happened in the Michael Jackson situation behind closed doors.
Okay.
We just don't. It's behind closed doors. He's no longer alive. He denied it while he was alive. But you see these parents that would leave their 10-year-old son with this grown man for a week at his house
Well, you know,
by himself.
yeah. Well, you know, ain't no two people been raised the same, man. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, certain things, you know, to a black mama and a black daddy, father, is an automatic no-no. It's an automatic. Certain shit just throw red flags up, just period. You know, I mean, you know how I was brought up. That's some shit you just don't be doing. You know, I'm the type. I have a hard time with my kids spending the night at their little friend's house, man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
I would much rather have just me. This is just me. I would much rather, you know, I didn't look at my mother as a babysitter, you know, or, you know, you guys go to grandma's, you know, while I, you know, no, my mom lived her life. She'd raised us already, you know. I never felt like that, you know what I mean? You know, it's not her responsibility type of shit. So, yeah, man, totally not with young kids. I don't care who you are.
Right. Because, you know, some of these parents got houses from Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You know, you look at the R. Kelly situation.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, but see, Mike ain't here to defend himself. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? He was the greatest entertainer of all time, and he left.
Yes.
And he gone. And he took that title with him. Ain't no taking it back.
Right.
Ain't no taking it back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To me, he did that. Okay.
He did that.
R. Kelly, he's still here.
Yeah. What do you think about the R. Kelly situation?
I mean, again, you know, man, you don't. These ain't the kind of accusations, man, you want as an entertainer, man. Keep coming around and fucking with you, man. You know, shit like this. So, you know, cats just gotta watch it, man, and that's all I can say about that, you know. And let's see how this man end up defending himself in a court of law. You know what I mean? Because I couldn't tell you, you know what I'm saying? I mean, these bras, man, they crafty. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I've interviewed some of them. Well, I interviewed one of them.
No shit.
Yeah, Lisa Van Allen. She was in the documentary.
Right.
And
okay, see, I didn't watch none of the documentaries,
didn't watch
none of
it?
that, man, because I don't want, you know, I mean, here it is, another one of our great brothers being taken down. You know what I mean? R. Kelly, we're gonna see how the court, deal
Right.
with this matter, man. I think it's a big. I mean, if it's true, I mean, what a big waste. You know, why throw your career away like that? And then it could be another one of them cases where all them women lying. You know.
Well, I mean, I can
never
tell
know.
you that I was living in Oakland at the time that the R. Kelly tape started to, circulate.
Yeah.
And, I remember watching it
Okay.
along with everyone else that was watching it,
Yeah.
just to see, is it really R. Kelly?
Okay.
And that was R. Kelly, and that girl did
Talking
not.
about the latest one that popped up.
No, the one back in, 2000 or
Oh, okay.
2001 that was circulating.
Okay.
Like,
These tapes.
The tape, the one he went to trial for.
Right. Okay.
It was all over the streets in
Okay.
Berkeley and Oakland.
Yeah. See, I never seen that.
I saw it, and let me tell you that girl right there was not
Wasn't cool.
an adult.
Okay.
Yeah, man, and he's taping
Okay.
that shit.
I mean,
I think once you saw that, you really don't have any sort of belief
Yeah.
in R. Kelly's innocence after that.
Okay.
He just happened not to get caught because the girl said it wasn't her,
Oh no shit.
and then the parents said it wasn't her,
Oh, okay.
and the father played bass on R. Kelly's album before and after. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, the stuff can get thick, man.
It gets very thick.
Yeah.
Especially when money is involved.
That's why I live way in the bushes.
You and Suge have a relationship.
Suge's really cool.
Yeah. Well, since the last time that we talked,
To me, I've never had a problem with Mr. Knight.
well, since the last time we talked, the whole situation happened at Tam's parking lot. Did you know
Whoa. Yeah.
Terry?
Not right offhand. Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, but you saw that video.
I seen that. Yeah.
Right. And then ultimately Suge took a plea deal for
Okay.
28 years.
Okay.
How do you feel about that whole situation?
I think that was horrible. I think that it shouldn't happen. I hated to see that. Again, all these great people, when we get this power, we need to keep this power. And build. I don't know what that was about. None of that. I just hate to see shit not go well when it's supposed to.
Yeah, man. I personally thought he was going to get off. When I saw that video, I'm like,
Yeah.
this kind of looks like self-defense, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But apparently, I remember I interviewed Greg Kading. He was the detective that, was on the Tupac and Biggie cases. And he
Okay.
said that
Suge's real problems became during the process before trial, when he's on the phones and he's using his attorneys to coerce and try to obstruct justice. And that was all going to come out in trial, and Suge knew that.
Right, yeah, because
So-
I guess, yeah, 2 of his lawyers got caught up in...
His lawyers and his wife.
Yeah, got caught in well, the lawyers got caught up in witness tampering, I guess.
Right.
Didn't one of them lose their license or something of the sort?
As did the wife, you know.
The wife, well, I guess she sold the tape to TMZ
Yeah.
and then violated her probation on that. Oh, so all those situations, all that bullshit that...
It's all going to come up in trial. So, you know, and those are new charges. It's compounding an already bad situation.
Were those
for him.
charged against him or against other people?
All
Or
of
against
them.
oh,
Oh,
so
for sure
he's
should,
included
yeah.
in all that.
Absolutely.
He'll probably do half that time, you know, in the States.
Me standing on the outside, you know, looking in, you know, turning my TV channel, I'm watching this stuff go down. You know, number one, first of all, first thing that go through your mind is hip hop. It's like look at hip hop. What we gonna do? What is it to us? You know, only time gonna tell what hip hop is and where we want it to end up and how we want it to end up, because hip hop is still brand new.
Yeah, I mean, it's the newest genre of music, and has taken over the whole world, man. Because
Damn right.
I mean, listen, me myself, I was born in what used to be Russia, you know,
All
the
right.
Soviet Union.
Right on, yeah.
And, you know, I moved here when I was 4 years old. And,
Oh, cool.
you know, about a year ago, I interviewed the biggest Russian rapper, this guy named Oxymoron, and he was telling me how hip hop is the main genre in Russia.
Right now, hip hop is the main music in Russia. We have overtaken rock a long time ago, and now we're overtaking pop. You know, so and that's mostly done not through TV or radio. It's all through YouTube and social media. So it's almost like a revolution of music going on. Everyone listens to hip hop. You know, and it's gonna grow further. It's a huge market.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
know what I'm saying? This shit is still
They're
brand new.
rapping in Russian.
This shit still got the plastic on it.
They're battle rapping. in
Yeah.
Russia. And he said that what makes it different over there is that all the biggest rappers over there, you know, like their versions of Drake and
Right.
you know and,
Yeah.
and Kendrick, they all battle rap.
So imagine, I mean, you have examples in the West. You know, Cassidy battled, Cannabis battled. You know, a few small artists like Mad Child from Canada, and you know, a few artists did. Joe Budden, right? A few people did, but no one that's really sort of first, second echelon, right? So imagine you would have a battle where Drake would be battling Kendrick. How many views would that get? That would definitely get more views than, I mean, not definitely, but probably more views than their most recent videos, because you already have all the people following them and everyone on the outside. Plus you have the element of, you know, conflict and competition, which just adds further interest on top. I'm by no means comparing myself to any of these, you know, great artists. All I'm saying is that within the context of Russian rap, you know, I am probably by now, I don't know, one of the top 3 artists in terms of, you know, concert crowds and views, etc., etc. So that's why when I go into a battle, we get those crazy views. And I mean, the biggest one I have, I think, is 40 million views. You know, and that's actually more views than my biggest video.
Yeah. See?
You know what I mean? They
they going straight forward, straight for the meat.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's dope.
That's dope as fuck. Ooh, I know. Ooh, I know some grimy motherfuckers over there just getting it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, China
Yeah.
is becoming, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
I interviewed one of the big
Look,
rappers
man,
from China.
hip hop
and they have-
dance, China, Japan, man. I mean, like these other soils, I'm watching it before my eyes, man, and it's the shit to see a little Japanese kid pop locking, and it's on the same level as some shit like Poppin' John, or some shit, which is one of my favorite pop lockers. Cool Boy is one of my favorite pop lockers. Tick a lot, you know what I mean? But you know, watching these cats from other soils, man,
Oh,
get
yeah,
down the way
man.
they're getting down.
Oh,
It's
man.
like
These Korean
look
kids
at
took
this.
breakdancing to a whole different level. I
Whole
remember
nother level.
I was in Belgium once at one of the big breakdancing competitions, and Africa Bambaataa was hosting it. And these kids, I was a former breakdancer myself, and what these kids were doing was far beyond anything that I was.
See, look, man, man, I go way back just on the Bay Area tip, man, the DJs, right? Met Cubert.
Yep, I know
Cubert,
Cubert.
right? All right. Bad motherfucker,
Bad
right?
motherfucker, yeah.
Now, I've been up on Cubert, see, all of, man, I'm with the whole everything. You know, the whole Bay Area. This is why I live in the bushes, because I study all this shit. I even go back and recap. You know what I mean? If I got to go back to Beach Street, you know what, Cool Herc and them, I go dig.
Yeah.
I know what to dig for. You know what I mean? So I'm totally, you know what I'm saying, you know, consumed with the whole hip hop thing, man. And I like where it's going, man. It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah, I agree, man. I've never
You know?
hated. You know, listen, I interviewed Lil Yachty, and I told him, like, listen, man, I'm the only media guy that's over 40 that's consistently supported what you did.
Yeah, probably. Or probably over. Who actually defends me? Yeah, probably. Yeah. I mean, there's people out there who, you know, don't necessarily talk down or bad, but probably, yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I can't necessarily say. I don't know what people are saying behind closed doors. I know a lot of people don't like me.
No, I mean publicly though. If
Okay.
you watch
Yeah.
the Lil Yachty discussions on VladTV
Yeah,
with Lord Jamar or
with
whoever
Jamar,
else.
and I've seen every last one of them. I've seen every single one of them. I watch everything. I've seen everything. Niggas be
I mean-
hating.
Right.
I never hated
Right.
on you or anyone else.
Okay, yeah.
In your freshman class, like,
Okay.
hip hop's gonna change.
That's
Hip
right.
hop's become more emo now.
Okay.
And that's cool.
That's cool. This is one thing, I swear to you, Vlad, man, I do not want to grow up to be an old, grumpy, hating ass MC.
Right.
I don't, man.
Yeah.
I don't, man. Take this shit, man. Wherever I'm gonna like, it's entertainment. I'm gonna like wherever they take it. Auto tune, no auto tune.
Singing.
Orange hair, man, whatever.
Face
what kind of numbers you
tattoos,
doing?
whatever.
Face tattoos, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever this hip hop is to you, because it's all kinds of music wrapped up in one. Hip hop is the only genre of music you can do that with.
Yep.
That can be everything.
I mean, look,
This shit is so special.
Man, let me tell you something. Matter of fact, the #1 song in the country right now
Yeah.
is Old Town Road by Lil Nas X.
Man.
You know that's a country song done by a rapper.
See?
That Billy Ray Cyrus jumped on the
look,
remix and it
that's
went
what
number
a lot
one.
of people not realizing, man. They ain't listening to a lot of country western right now.
Right.
They getting it.
Right.
I'm talking about they kicks is getting a little more bolder,
Yep.
and they rhymes is getting just a little bit more thicker. I mean, it got a little more fried chicken to it. Than you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It do. Listen to country western now, man. It got more watermelon to it than it had.
Listen, when Lil Nas X, when that Old Town Road song, it hit the charts, it hit the country charts, and they took the song off.
Right.
Because they felt it was maybe a parody of
Right.
country music.
Right.
So Billy Ray Cyrus jumped on that song.
Okay, I can
and it
dig
went
it.
#1
Yeah, look.
on the country charts
Yeah.
once again.
Okay, well, okay,
And he said,
look,
what?
what's
You
your
gonna say
boy
Billy
name?
Ray Cyrus ain't country?
Yeah, look, okay, what's your
And-
boy
and-
name?
And he's rapping on that. Have you heard that song?
I've heard of it. Okay, look.
Okay.
All right, now look.
You know, so
your
okay,
boy,
okay.
since you brought it up.
Okay.
All right, your boy Willie, whatever. He got a song called "Fuck You, Bitch."
Okay.
He a country dude, right?
Okay.
I can pull it up right now. It's on my Instagram. It's right on the front. I mean, he's like, "Fuck you, bitch," right? I mean,
Wheeler Walker Jr.?
Yeah, Wheeler Walker Jr.
Okay.
Wheeler Walker Jr.
It's older songs from 2016.
But it exists. But this shit exists. Wheeler Walker Jr., man, right? I mean, he said, "Fuck your friends," you know, because they fucked up his relationship. He even said, "Fuck the dog." He don't even want the dog to come back home, right? Right? This is. I mean, the cowboy hat, and you see through the window, you see the bitch leaving in the pickup. She leaving. Wheeler Walker Jr. Man, that's my nigga.
You know, we can't play it in the actual video, but you want to hear Old Town Road, the remix?
Yeah,
Real quick?
check it out. Let me check it
I'm
out.
gonna play it for you. So I just played you Old Town Road,
Right.
for the first time you've ever heard it.
This is current, and this is
This
right
is
now.
the number
today.
one song in the country right now.
This is where hip hop is going, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep.
I need more. We need more, man. And that's just the way it is, man. Man, I'm a big fan of Waylon Jennings, man. I go back to, I love Bonnie Raitt. You know what I mean? Nick of Time. I mean, that just sucked me right on in. I mean, Dolly Parton always was a good favorite. Look how many black songs that was made after her writing. You know what I mean? I mean, the coal miner's daughter. You need music to make music, man.
I mean, Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash, man, right? Willie Nelson, Amy Nelson, his daughter.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
Oh man, she got a song called Motherfucker got fucked up 'cause he got in the way. You think I'm bullshit Vlad? Play that shit right now. Amy Nelson,
Amy Nelson, I'm about to pull it up. Hold on.
Willie's daughter.
Hold on a second.
What, Vlad? Did I just put you up on something?
Amy Nelson. Don't you dare. Wait, hold on.
Got fucked up.
Don't you dare do it, or?
Nah, it's called Got Fucked Up or Motherfucker Got in the Way or some shit.
Hey man, hip hop is infiltrating country music, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, man. You know, hip hop is everything, man. And I'm glad, these. I mean, Garth and everybody, man. I mean, come on. You know, I mean, we get in the studio and jam, and that bring us together. Then fine. You know, you make a lot of people happy and smile. You know what I mean? Music is music, man. You know, let's make good music.
Well, listen, Sugar Free.
Yeah.
Pleasure having you here. And
Right on, Vlad. Nice
we
to be
met.
here.
We met back in 2004, and I could honestly say that you look younger and healthier. Your skin looks better.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Than you did back then. So whatever you're doing in your life, you're doing it right.
Right on, thank you.
Because as someone who is, I guess 50 years old right now.
49.
49, almost 50.
Yeah.
Man, we've lost so many of our legends.
That's right. Yeah.
In this age range, and it looks like you're taking your health seriously.
I am.
You're taking your life seriously.
Yes, sir.
You're looking at long-term plans.
I'm finna run this.
And hey, man, that's the most important thing.
That's right, Vlad. In a real way, man.
And your new album's about to drop.
Yes, sir, man. The Resurrection, and it's gonna hold you.
Yep. Can't wait to hear it.
Man. Oh man, let me, since we we got some Bay blood, some Bay water up in the building. I did a song called TMZ, where I'm talking about all the Bay rappers using all their names to tell a story. So, check that one out, man. That's something that I did for my brothers, man. I know they gonna like.
Oh yeah, man. I've gone out of my way to try to interview as many of the Bay rappers as I can.
Right on.
I just did Keek the Sneak.
Yeah.
He's kind of in bad shape right now.
Yeah, man. I read about that.
The shooting. He actually had his spleen removed.
Yeah.
And then my condition, I can't be around nothing filthy. Everything got to be sanitized when you're dealing with me right now, because I'm so easy to get an infection. They move my spleen, meaning my immune system is not as strong as it should be. I can catch a cold and die. If I catch pneumonia, I can die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My immune system ain't strong as it should be. You know what I'm talking about? Anything could take me out. I can't catch a cold, a simple one. You feel me, Vlad?
Well, you were actually supposed to start your sentence already, but I guess 40,000 people signed signatures asking the courts to
50.
delay it, and you actually have a 60-day delay.
Right.
40,000 people, man. That's a lot of love right there.
Man, it's a lot of love. 50, Vlad.
50,000.
50,000. You know what I mean? It's a lot of love, man. A lot of people rooting for me. A lot of people feel this shit is just unjust. But then they don't even know about the part that I don't have a spleen. They remove my spleen. They don't know about the part my immune system is not that strong.
You know, but I've done everyone from E40 to Too Short to,
Right. Oh yeah.
you know, to Filthy Rich to
Right on.
you know, to a lot of the newer cats, man.
Yeah.
You know, SOB, RBE, the list goes on and on.
Yes, yes.
Always love the Bay, always consider it my home.
Oh yeah.
And
Right on.
hey man, sugar free. You know, keep doing your thing.
I am, man, I
keep
will.
killing them.
I will.
You know what I mean? Keep, you know, and just can't wait to see what's coming up, man.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Oh man.
Peace.
Cool.